I have Creator Commerce versus Loudcrowd on today. Kenyon, let's start with you. Kenyon's from Creator Commerce. Tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. And really good to be here. It's great to meet Gary. It's been pleasant so far. But yeah, I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Creator Commerce. We help brands improve the performance of their affiliate and influencer programs through co-branded storefronts and shopping experiences with direct integrations with their affiliate software, such as Social Snowball or Shopify Collapse, for an example.
Cool. Awesome. That's great. Gary Garofalo, I think I got that right, from
Nailed
Loudcrowd.
it.
Did I nail it? Oh, yes. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you guys do.
Yeah, my name is Gary. I am the CEO and one of the founders of Loudcrowd. We build creator storefronts for brands. I would say the big distinction is we build these storefronts actually on the brand's domain. And so the problem that we're solving, same as Kenyon, we think there's a major issue with when creators try to drive traffic and sales for brands. It's not the best experience. Brand e-coms are not very well designed for actually converting social traffic. And so we're trying to solve that with creator storefronts. It just lives in a different place.
Cool. Awesome. I'd love to hear where you guys kind of saw the need for this. Gary, for you, what was that like personal need that you saw that you wanted to go and create something like this?
Yeah. So Loudcrowd's been around for about 5 years, and our major frustration was that the partnerships were not very authentic. Like you'd get somebody that is promoting some sort of product that really has nothing to do with their content. And so the first problem that we tried to solve was, how do we make it possible to kind of elevate brand advocates at these different brands? And all of our software was focused on automating the relationship between a brand and its creators, making sure people are talking about it very authentically, where that led to probably a little bit more than 2 years ago. And as the best ideas always really spring from your customers, Loudcrowd decided that we wanted to make a very big bet on how do we help brands really monetize their creators at the bottom of the funnel. And we launched a product. That product was in our other earlier product of automating influencer relationships, very successful. But the metrics that we saw from the new product were incredible. And we realized we were solving a very large problem. So we still do everything that we've always done.
Kenyon, where were you coming from when you were seeing this? Was there any inspiration from your Tapcart days here?
There really was. I think our whole story begins at Tapcart. And back when Tapcart started, they weren't really this performance. They were focused on just like, we should have a mobile app because mobile apps are really cool. They're really good for brand awareness. Totally. That's really where we came from and where we know how to build mobile storefronts. Let's take what we know, let's learn some new things and build something really amazing in this space.
Yeah, super cool. Gary, how long would something take if you were running an influencer campaign with Loudcrowd?
Yeah, even a very large enterprise brand building 10, 20, 30 pages is going to be months long of cycles and getting the curations, getting them up into production, testing, everything like that. You really don't want to throw them away when people change tastes. So it's even very enterprise brand. It's months and months of work to kind of build. You need software designed to get the tastes and help these creators build pages very quickly, instantaneously, automatically.
Who's actually building the page? Is this the brand that's building it? Or does the creator actually like take some kind of ownership over that? What does that look like from Kenyon? Let's start with you.
Yeah, the answer honestly is both. So like the way it works with Creator Commerce is the brand creates a template per se. You drag and drop together all your sections. Some of those sections, though, are sections for the creator sections across your landing page so that ultimately you get that true co-branded page where it's the creator's content amongst the content that you know drives sales and you know performs.
Interesting. So Gary, what does that look like from an automation kind of standpoint? And who are your integrations when it comes to some of this?
Yeah, I think the really important nuance is where the pages live. So Kenyon's pages, rightfully so, are going to give the creator a little bit more optionality and customization when they're building their page. Our pages are slightly different. So the process for us, an actual creator filling out their page, is going to be a lot faster because the creators don't have quite as much optionality. And the reason for that is we live on the actual brand's domain, and it is really critical for brands to protect their brand at all costs. That's where they get premium pricing from and all those things. So when you live on the domain, you're going to be under much tighter guidelines. And so our pages are built, but we've really kind of intentionally limited what the creator can do to make sure it stays on brand because that's where our pages live.
So is there like a multi-login type idea here? Like there's the brand login, there's the creator login. Is that similar for both these platforms?
Yeah. So for us, we used to leverage more primarily like the actual brand's website login. So if you're logged into your site, that's your authentication and you don't have to do another login. But what we determined was the best way to do it was just OTP, one-time passwords. So you have a link to your page, you can authenticate with your page pretty directly, and that's how you get into to edit your products.
Cool. That's really good to know. How about for you guys, Kenyon? What does that look like?
Yeah, a bit similar. I think everybody should be moving into a passwordless concept in general. So creators, when they receive their invitation to onboard, that link comes pre-authenticated, and they click that, they can start their onboarding process without even thinking about it. If they want to come back and edit their shop, edit the products they're recommending, they can sign them through Google, or they can put in an email address and they'll get sent a code to put it in and start editing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so pricing, I think, is really important. And when it comes to whether to put your pricing on your site or not, Gary, let's start with you. I'd love to hear your pricing model and where you find and where you think that this is adding value for both agencies and brands.
Yeah. So the pricing model, we have to implement directly on the brand side. So there's some hard costs with that, and there's a monthly SaaS fee. And then we also have a processing fee. So there's real cost for us whenever we process a transaction. And our goal is to be as performance aligned as possible, because we want to ultimately think our cost should be reflective of the value that we're driving for brands. So it's a mix right now, and we want to move more towards the second piece.
Yeah, I totally understand. Kenyon, I think that's kind of where you guys sit, right? Like right on the pure performance side right now.
We're starting to experiment with and seeing some traction is offer credits. If you're going pure performance, we have plans where you can move up where that's neutralized. So we have a pure performance plan, the starter plan, 5% take rate if you're just trying to see if you actually get sales. And then we have several tiers that layer on top of that for the folks who are like, okay, this thing works, let's invest more effort. Then you can jump onto our $99 a month plan, which is something you can hang on to if you're making up to $5,000 in sales. Then we have a $400 a month plan, which you can hang on up to for $50,000 in sales per month. And then an enterprise plan where that limit increases. And that's how we have it today. We don't quite have it on our website yet.
Yeah, really interesting, especially